playing my show on the replay. And here I am booming out, I think, against homeless people, and he's got it on. So I said to myself, wait a minute. Wait, let me... I don't know if I was railing against Madoff or whatever, but, I realized what it is. I should have recorded it and asked him why I may not identify myself. I said, excuse me, sir, why are you listening to this guy? I wanted to hear what the homeless guy would have had to say. I would like to have heard it. I didn't have a recording device or whatever. But I realized, I get a lot of letters from people in federal lockups with stories you cannot believe. Oh, my God. We're living in a police state. You make one wrong move, you're in that system. Then you make another move inside the system to defend yourself in the system. They're going to slap another 5 years on top of you. You are a prisoner within a prisoner. So don't make a wrong move, folks. That's how they keep you in line. That's how the criminals get to rob us blind. You understand how it works? The people at the top have so much power over us, the exact opposite of what we are promised in the U.S. Constitution, our Bill of Rights, that we keep our mouths shut. We keep our mouths shut because we're afraid of them. And that's how they get away with the Madoff scheme called the bailout. The bailout's a Ponzi scheme. The Treasury Secretary, in my opinion, is a bigger Ponzi artist than Madoff. In my opinion. How he gets away with it is simple. Who's going to stop him? You? He's going to go back to Goldman Sachs. That's all. So I say, okay, so you got the homeless guy listening to me, then I got prisoners who listen to me. Now, what percent of the demographics that listen to the Savage Nation is composed of these people? I don't know. But it's interesting to me that they listen to talk radio. So the thought occurred to me that to a certain extent, my show, in many ways, is a voice for the voiceless in America. It's a very interesting concept that I'm working with. Because I don't represent the mainstream viewpoint. I know that. I recognize that. I'm willing to accept it. I've been marginalized ever since I began in talk radio. So today is no different. I didn't expect to be invited to the White House with the leprechaun and the wall banger. I knew that they'd invite Britt Hume's buddies to the White House under the Bush administration because they've been nice to him. So good luck to them all. I mean, it's a big world and there's room for everybody. But my audience, although it's the third largest talk show in America, I want you to think about it. The show comes on early evening on the East Coast, late afternoon on the West Coast. So it's a smaller audience to begin with. Now, you add up the fact that I'm number 3 with a smaller percentage of people listening to talk radio in those times than during the day part, you realize the audience is humongous. So it's a very big audience. But amongst that big audience, not of all of whom agree with me, many people disagree with me totally, but they listen to me because I remind them of a Dutch uncle, somebody who they left behind, let's say, in their past, and they want to just hear my point of view or whatever, and then they want to try themselves against my ideas. I understand the whole picture, believe me. I've been at this for 15 years. I get a good map, a good geography in my mind of who listens to the show by and large. But it's interesting to leave the studio and go in the street and hear the show being played. It's a totally different experience, particularly by a homeless guy with a cart. I thought it was interesting. But I, in many ways, am also the voice of the voiceless. Why would those people in prison or a homeless person listen to a wallbanger or a leprechaun or the golfer? Well, what are they going to hear from them that relates to their particular position in society today? Virtually nothing. Nothing. The guy boasts about flying around and, and how much money he has. And, well, what are they going to get out of that? They're going to feel worse? When they hear me railing against the rich, even though I'm not poor, when they hear me railing against those in power, even though I am not powerless, I am speaking for them. I'm speaking for the speechless. I am the voice of the voiceless.